What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Dolphins Daily, your daily dose of Dolphins content with your boy Chris Kane. Let's talk about the Dolphins. We got a full show today, so let's jump right into it. Darren Waller was not at practice today, and I'm sure some people, like myself, were wondering, what's up? Aren't we playing in a few days? He should be ramping up, right? And apparently, the Dolphins have been executing his long form, like elongated plan of how we're going to play him. Essentially, what I said probably a month and a half ago by him being on a minutes restriction and all that is exactly what they've been doing without telling us. They've been saying the whole time he's healthy, he's getting in football shape. And then Coach McDaniel today came out and said this exact thing. He said, we're being very intentional with how we practice with Darren to do right by the Dolphins and do right by him. We have not pressed the threshold of 3 days consecutively intentionally. You won't see him today. That's not because of a setback. That's low management. Am I wrong? Is that not what that is? That's we're not playing back to backs with Joel Embiid. Isn't that not the same thing? I said this a month ago. This idea of he's just not in shape, I just didn't buy it. I also don't fully buy there hasn't been a setback. I know I'm skeptical as a fan. I get it. It just doesn't we could have said this thing a month ago. They were like, "Oh yeah, he's not doing any practicing. He's not doing any preseason." Here's what I don't understand. I get not being fully in shape, acclimated to the offense. Totally get it. I said many times on the record, I think even when he comes back, he's going to be on some kind of a, snap count, pitch clock, whatever you want to call it. I've been saying that throughout, and I've been 100% adamant about it. But what I didn't understand was he can't play 5 to 10 preseason snaps. Like he can't play at all. I understand him not being in the shape that he wants to be in to be ready day one. Totally get it. No harm, no foul. He can't play at all. He's not practicing until basically now. That didn't make sense to me. What makes sense to me is he's going to be at practice and he's going to do like the non-padded things. He's going to be out here doing 7-on-7 drills where basically you're not going to get tackled. You're just catching passes, running routes. That makes sense to me. The idea that he's not practicing, he's not going to play, he's not doing more than 2 practices in a row. Yes, we have a game in 4 days, but don't worry about it. He's fine. Listen, man, I've been a football fan a long time. I watched a lot of football. This don't smell right to me. Somebody's lying. Drew Rosenhaus has been saying since he got picked up by the team that he's ready. He's putting the work in. Day one, he's gonna be there. I'm like, okay. And now I'm hearing a lot of. He said I'm feeling rusty. Coach said we got him on the pitch count, snap count. You know, I I don't know. It feels somebody's not telling the full truth. I'm not saying anybody's lying per se. I'm saying what we're being told, I don't fully buy. That's all I'm saying. I said the same thing about all of our guys coming back for the first game of the year, and I said I don't think everybody's going to play. And all of a sudden, people started not being able to play. This feels like he very much may be in line to not play on Sunday. And all of a sudden, I can see it being he wasn't perfectly right in warm ups, and now he's not playing. I hope he plays. I would love to see him, but I don't know. This is making me a little skittish, and I don't like the way it smells. I don't like the way it feels, and I feel like Coach got some explaining to do. Now we are not backed on this channel by any betting entity at this current moment. So if I say anything about props and betting, that is my own advice to y'all. No one's putting money in my pocket right now. I'm gonna get out ahead of that right now. If someone does want to, hey, we're open here on Dolphins Daily. I do a couple things. I don't want to shout anybody out in particular, but I'm here for it. Never enough to have any trouble. So don't worry. I don't have a problem. But I'm curious as to what the betting is because I believe in following the money. I think if you follow the money, that's typically how people feel for real. I don't care about articles. Who's putting money where? Okay. So there are two Tua prop bets that I think we should look at. One is will Tua eclipse his last greatest season total? So will Tua have over 4,500 passing yards? Is one prop bet. The second is will he have over 22 and a half touchdowns? Now, the 4,500 yards, he's only done that once in his career. It was coincidentally the only year that he played the whole year. That year he had 40 over 4,600 yards. He led the league in passing. Pro Bowler. We all remember the year, right? It's 2 years ago. Last year, before he got hurt, he was on pace for 44-30. So it's about 260 yards a game. That's the pace he was on last year. And he missed a quarter of one of the games up to that point. So realistically, it's we can almost go 4450 to 4500, somewhere in that exact range. I assume he would have thrown for more than 20, 30 yards in a quarter. So he was right on pace for 45 last year. His best year, he's done 46. So can he go over 45 again? That's you got to be assuming he's going to play the whole year. If he plays the whole year, 265 yards a game will get you there. That doesn't feel like a crazy number. I mean, 300 yards a game, I think, is like, that's a lot. Like saying 5,000 is like, all right, that might be asking a bit much in our offense. I've been asking for more balance in the offense. So given what I want for the team, it will probably be less likely he will get there. 265 a game feels like a pretty good number. That doesn't feel like it's a crazy number, but that's like, I know the league is weird now. People are really good in the red zone, but it's not as much passing yards as there's been before. Um, so I'm not 100% sold on that. I would probably go under on that particular bet. Not because I think he's going to get hurt. I can see him playing the whole year and throwing for 4,200. Like, I think he will for sure get over 4,000 playing the whole year. But that 45 is the extra 500 is like, I don't know. So I don't love that particular prop. Now, the 22 and a half touchdown one is interesting because that basically is 1.5 touchdowns a game, right? Roughly. That's if he plays all the games. I think there's a scenario where he misses games and still has 23 touchdowns will win the bet, basically. I believe he can throw 23 touchdowns in 12 or 13 games. That's two a game. And there'll be a game where he throws three, and there'll probably be a game where he throws one. That's kind of how that works. That averages out to two a game. Two a game for 12 games gets you 24 touchdowns. Can you do that? I feel like, yeah. Like, I assume we're going to score more points. We obviously have a better offensive line this year than last year. So he will be better protected, which means we're going to score more points. When he played last year, we averaged between 24 and 25 points a game. I mean, that's 3 touchdowns and a field goal. I'm just doing the math. Like, yes, some of those will be handoffs to running backs, but I they feel like they're there. I know every Tua bet is predicated on, is he going to be healthy? Blah, blah, blah. We get that. But we have to assume health, or else we can't even have this conversation. Can he throw 1.5 to 2 touchdowns a game? Yeah, that feels more than doable. Um, so for that bet, I would actually go over because that even builds in him missing a game or two possibly. I think he can still get there. So you heard it here first. Not sponsored, not paid, um, no partnership yet. That's how I feel about it. So take it with a grain of salt. Another prop bet is Jaylen Waddle, who y'all know I love, and last year had a down year. Wasn't his best year. Banged up all year. He never looked fully healthy to me. I know, like, he was like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm good." Like, nah, bro, you're not good. I know Jaylen Waddle. I watched you at Alabama. He's not. He wasn't healthy last year. Every year until last year, he got 1,000 yards this season. The last year, we know what happened, right? Some of it's on him. Some of it's on Huntley and Skyler and just a bunch of other. It just wasn't good. Fair enough. The prop bet is, will he get over 925 and a half yards? So not even 1,000. 926 is actually the number that will win the bet. Well, 4 of his 5 years, he's gotten over 1,000 yards. Last year, banged up, awful quarterback situation outside of Tua. I don't know. To me, this feels like a repeat of the last question, but just like repackaged. Like, if you think Tua's going to play, then you got to think Waddle's going to get 1,000 yards. If Tua's going to throw for over 4, I don't assume Tyreek will get 2,000. I think that Tyreek 2K year was like an anomaly. We were just like, Tyreek. We just feed him the ball a crazy amount. And Jaylen Waddle still got 1,000 yards that year. That's really the litmus test. Like, the year that we gave Tyreek almost 150 targets, Jaylen Waddle still got you 1,000. We know Tyreek's not getting that share now. I have already said many times, I believe by the end of the year, Tyreek will be our number 2 receiver and Jaylen will be our number 1 because I think the team is trying to build around Jaylen Waddle going forward, and they're going to start featuring him more. I think teams will try to frustrate and double and take Tyreek out of the game, and Waddle will get his nice matchup and will produce. I am very high on Waddle. I think for sure 926 again, based on health for him and Tua. You gotta do all that stuff, and these bets never take into account like you don't like if someone gets hurt, you don't like get your money back. So if you're squeamish about injuries, I probably just stay away altogether. But if Waddle plays the whole year and he's got a decent quarterback play, he'll get 1,000. And not even 1,000 is needed for win the bet. 926, which is basically another 75 yards he don't even need to get per game. So you can lower that number even more. I mean, he's always good for a couple breakouts, and he's very consistently in that 75 to 100 yard mark. I think that's a slam dunk. I would take that one to the bank. But again, that's just me. I'm sure if you watched the media over the last couple of days since the captainship announcements, it's been chaotic. Everybody's like, oh no, Tyreek, you probably saw it today on the Dan Lebertar show. They brought in Nick Wright. And Nick Wright was, I mean, hey, Tyreek's the best player on the team. You got to get over it, Miami, and all this other stuff. We all knew the vibes. I've been saying it since Tyreek said what he said. I said it's unlikely he's going to be a captain. I know he wants to do the right things. I know he's saying the right stuff. These guys have egos. How could you possibly let this guy say I'm the leader of the team after what happened, right? So it's all been the media basically attacking the Dolphins or siding with the Dolphins. They go both ways. Some people being like, no, of course that guy shouldn't be your captain. He said your team quit. Totally makes sense. Some people would be like, well, he should be a captain. He's the best player on the team. Make him the captain and stop being weird in Miami. This is what Tyreek actually had to say himself. He said, it's about the team. I don't need a title to be able to lead. I want to continue to push the standard that coach and these guys are pushing in the locker room. I've always been a guy that led by example. So the captain thing is great, but I'm going to continue to do the small things. We'll just work hard, show up each and every day, and bust my tail for this team. Now, I'd like to tell y'all that I'd be right sometimes, I'd be wrong sometimes. I try to keep it consistent. I think almost verbatim, I said, I don't really see Tyreek as a sideline like, yo, run the route, young fella thing, blah, 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 blah. Tyreek to me is almost like, yo, watch me cook and follow my lead. And then a couple days later, Tyreek gets up here and says, I kind of just lead by example. I'm just saying, listen, I have not done any Tyreek reporting. We don't have his number. We haven't talked. I just watched the team and watched the games. I'm like, Tyreek is not what you call a captain in the sense that, hey, y'all, let's gather up. Tyreek is, I just cooked him. I came to the sideline. I told you I was gonna cook him. He can't guard me. Like he's a dude you want to be behind because he's so elite at what he does. That of course the team falls behind him. Of course you kind of fall in line because he's so elite. But I never thought of Tyreek as being a good rah rah guy. I don't believe him to be like the speech guy. You remember Drew Brees when he used to be in the huddle for the Saints, and he'll be like, "Win, win, win." He's doing all the hype stuff. You're like, "Wow, Drew Brees can get mad hype." Like that made sense to me. Drew Brees is the quarterback, and he also was the hype guy. Those aren't always the same person. I don't believe Tua to be a particularly big hype guy. I imagine Jordan is probably a hype guy or Bradley Chubb. I think Tua's probably in the back. He'll be like, "Let's go win on three. 1, 2, 3, win." Like that's what I see from Tua. Tyreek to me is almost like I think I almost have to use like a basketball analogy. He's almost like a star guard that's kind of a diva. So like he's obviously great, all star, all that stuff, and basically because he's so good, people just be like, all right, he can kind of do what he wants. But then it's like the Chris Paul types, where Chris Paul you can tell is almost certainly a coach while still being a player. Like he knows all the things like, hey, go set the screen. Hey, come up here, like set the hey, get open. Like he's doing all the stuff while also playing the game. And some dudes like, I'm about to go drop 40. Make sure you're here to watch me do it. And they like, yo, he dropping 40. I gotta dive on the loose ball. I gotta defend on his behalf. He's dropping 40. If Tyreek's got 7 catches for a buck 70 and 2 touchdowns, he can go to the sideline and be like, all day. And the sidelines like, yeah, all day Tyreek. Like D lineman's dapping him up, O lineman hitting him with the chest pump, doing the homie, all that stuff. Like you can see how his leadership can be infectious, but because he's so temperamental, that's the other side of Tyreek's leadership. because if things aren't going well, he's not going to do an Antonio Brown level crash out, which is the worst I've seen in recent memory. But if Tyreek's not getting a good, like he's not involved in the game, I can see that helmet flying. I can see him sitting, not folding arms legitimately, but energy wise, folding his arms. And when you fold your arms and you start pouting and you're like the team's best player and everybody knows it, it's a weird like move. Like, what do we do now? Like Tyreek's mad. I mean, the quarterback can be like, "Yo, I got you on the next possession," but he's already mad at that point. Even if he catches the ball now, it's not going to be like, "Yay, I'm happy." It's why did you make me wait for so long to catch the ball? So I think this answer by this answer by Tyreek is one of the more mature things he said as a member of this team. I actually like this comment a lot because I think it's honest. You can always tell when something's written by the PR people, and it's like, he didn't say that. Does he really feel that way, or is that just the best way to keep his endorsement dollars? Right? This felt like a real statement. Hey, man, like I'm gonna just keep doing what he said in that statement was, "Hey, man, I'm gonna just keep doing me. All right. If I do me, I'm raising the bar. The team is gonna follow suit. We're gonna be good. I don't need a title to just go out and do my job." That's what I read in that statement. I didn't read I'm salty, I'm bitter. I didn't read I'm gonna show my teammates, I'm gonna show Tua in the media. I read, hey man, I'm Tyreek Hill, dog. You know who I am. You know who I am. I go out there and produce. The money comes, the wins come, the respect comes. You can throw the C on my chest or throw a money sign on my bank account. Either way, I'm chilling. And I respect it because I think that's actually how he feels. So I appreciate the honesty while still being a little bit PC, but honest nonetheless. So shout out to you, Tyreek, for I think being the bigger person. I don't think he deserves to be captain just because he can't lead a team that he pissed off. But I do like that answer, and I wouldn't be shocked if at some point during the year you might see a C on Tyreek's chest where the team like week 8 just says, "Hey, we voted on it. We had another captain, Tyreek, you the captain," and throw it on his chest. Don't be shocked. You're hearing it now maybe for the first time. Don't be shocked if during the year Tyreek gets named the captain. Just throw my hands up. Throw my hands up. But as always, guys, thank you for tuning in to Dolphins Daily. We appreciate the love and support. Thank y'all for the likes and the subscribes. We are almost at 2K. Let's get to that 2K. I'll see y'all next time on Dolphins Daily.